Have you ever felt like the world around you is scripted? Like the people you meet are following a program, repeating the same actions, the same words, day after day? What if I told you this isn't just a feeling? What if most people are living their lives on autopilot, unaware of the truth about themselves and the world? Look around you. The person mindlessly scrolling through social media, the worker trudging through their commute with a vacant stare, the family sitting together at dinner, each lost in their own device. Are they truly present? Or are they simply running a program? In video games, NPCs or non-player characters are programmed entities designed to make the virtual world feel alive. They follow scripts, perform repetitive tasks, and lack true autonomy or awareness. They're there to create the illusion of a living world. But what if this concept extends beyond games? What if in our physical world, many people live exactly like these NPCs, trapped in routines, following societal scripts, never questioning, never truly awake? This isn't about judgment, it's about awareness. Because at different points in our lives, we've all been NPC. We've all fallen into unconscious patterns. Let's explore what makes someone an NPC in real life. First, there's repetitive behavior without purpose. The daily routine that never changes. Wake up, work, watch TV, sleep, repeat. When routine becomes mindless, when we stop questioning why we do what we do, we've entered NPC territory. Then there's surface-level interaction. The scripted conversations we have daily. How are you? Fine, thanks. And you? Good, good. Words exchanged without meaning, without presence. Perhaps most telling is the lack of critical thinking. Accepting information without question, adopting beliefs without examination, following trends without understanding why. This is the essence of NPC behavior, living life according to someone else's script. But how do we become programmed in the first place? It starts early. From childhood, we're conditioned by parents, schools, media, and society to behave in certain ways, to value certain things, to follow certain paths, go to school, get good grades, find a stable job, buy a house, start a family, retire, die. This isn't to say these are bad goals, but when we pursue them unconsciously, simply because that's what people do, we've surrendered our autonomy. And in today's world, the programming is more sophisticated than ever. Social media algorithms don't just show us content. They shape our thoughts, our desires, our worldviews. They create echo chambers that reinforce existing beliefs and rarely challenge us to grow. Have you ever noticed how after viewing a product online, advertisements for that exact item suddenly appear everywhere? That's just the visible part of the algorithm. What about the invisible ways these systems shape your thoughts and behaviors? Studies show that the average person spends over 3 hours daily on social media. That's 3 hours of being programmed, having your emotions manipulated, your attention harvested, your beliefs subtly shaped. And most concerning, we willingly participate in this programming. Sometimes, though, there are glitches in the matrix. Those strange moments when something feels off, déjà vu, synchronicities, or those uncanny coincidences that make you wonder if reality is more complex than it appears. These glitches can be wake-up calls, moments that jolt us out of our programmed state. This concept of unconscious living isn't new. Ancient spiritual traditions have spoken of it for millennia. In Vedanta, they call it Maya, the illusion that blinds us to the true nature of reality. In Buddhism, it's referred to as ignorance or delusion, the state of being asleep to your true nature. The Buddha himself is often quoted as saying, "Most people are asleep, unaware they are asleep, dreaming they are awake." This was said over 2,000 years ago, yet it describes our modern condition with startling accuracy. One particularly troubling example of programming is how gender roles shape our behavior. From an early age, we're taught how to act based on our assigned gender. Boys don't cry. Girls should be nice. Men should be providers. Women should be nurturers. These aren't biological imperatives. They're social programs, scripts we follow often without questioning. Think about how many of your preferences, beliefs, and behaviors were consciously chosen by you versus how many were inherited or absorbed from your environment. The clothes you wear, the music you enjoy, the political views you hold, the career you pursue. How much of you is truly you? The modern world offers countless examples of NPC behavior. Consider consumerism, the endless pursuit of material goods to fill an inner emptiness. We buy things we don't need, with money we don't have, to impress people we don't like. Why? Because we've been programmed to equate consumption with happiness. Or consider the rat race, the relentless pursuit of career advancement and financial success, often at the expense of health, relationships, and meaning. Many climb the ladder only to discover it was leaning against the wrong wall. Perhaps most concerning is how easily we're distracted from the big questions. Who am I? Why am I here? What matters most? Instead of facing these essential inquiries, we numb ourselves with endless entertainment, social media, and busyness. But here's the good news. Awareness is the first step to awakening. Simply by recognizing these patterns in society and in yourself, you've already begun to break free. So how do we continue this awakening? How do we transition from NPC to conscious player in the game of life? First, practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is simply paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It's about becoming the observer of your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors rather than being unconsciously driven by them. Try this simple exercise. For just 5 minutes each day, sit quietly and observe your breath. When thoughts arise, as they inevitably will, simply notice them without judgment and return to your breath. This small practice can begin to awaken the observer within you. Second, question everything, especially your own beliefs. Ask yourself, why do I believe what I believe? Where did these beliefs come from? Are they serving me? Are they true? This critical thinking is essential for deprogramming. Third, limit your exposure to programming. This might mean reducing social media use, being selective about the news you consume, or being mindful of the people you spend time with. Remember, your attention is valuable. Be intentional about where you direct it. Fourth, connect with your values and purpose. What truly matters to you? Not what should matter according to society, but what genuinely resonates with your heart. Living aligned with your authentic values is a powerful antidote to unconscious programming. Finally, seek community with other awakening individuals. Surrounding yourself with people who are also questioning, growing, and living consciously can accelerate your own awakening. Now, I want to be clear about something. This awakening isn't about becoming superior to others or judging those who may seem more programmed. That's just another form of unconsciousness, the ego's attempt to feel special. True awakening includes compassion, understanding that we're all on different parts of the same journey. Some are deeply asleep, some are stirring, some are fully awake, and that's okay. We can only wake up at our own pace. As we begin to awaken, we might notice something remarkable. Life becomes more vibrant. Colors seem brighter. Experiences feel richer. Connections become deeper. This is because we're no longer experiencing life through the filter of programming. We're experiencing it directly as it is. This journey isn't always comfortable. Awakening can involve facing painful truths, questioning cherished beliefs, and letting go of familiar patterns. There's a reason many people prefer to stay asleep. It's easier, more comfortable. Yet the discomfort is temporary, while the freedom is lasting. And with each step toward greater consciousness, life becomes more authentic, more meaningful, and more aligned with your true nature. So I invite you to consider, are you living consciously, or are you running on autopilot? Are you questioning the scripts you've been given, or following them blindly? Are you awake, or are you programmed? Remember, there's no judgment here. We've all been NPCs at times. We've all followed programming without question. The important thing is that you're here now, considering these ideas, taking steps toward greater awareness. This is just the beginning of the journey. In future videos, we'll explore how society shapes our reality, how to break free from limiting patterns, and what it truly means to awaken to your authentic self. For now, I invite you to simply notice. Notice your thoughts, notice your behaviors, notice the scripts you follow. Awareness is the first step, and you've already taken it. Thank you for joining me on this exploration. Until next time, stay curious, stay questioning, and remember, you have the power to wake up from the program. The question is, are you ready?